Hello. If you're listening to this episode of Shit They Don't Tell You, you've entered a different world. A world where facts actually completely 110% matter. You've entered a world where everything that I'm saying should be listened to with an open mind, actually, for once, and not with a closed mind or a partially open mind.
Can we play some creepy music during that intro?
I'd love that, yeah.
Right, cool.
Anything like Twilight Zone-ish, please. Thank you.
Sweet. Is it some shit that they don't tell you?
This is shit that nobody tells you.
Okay.
And that's what I'm sick and tired of, frankly. Because, okay, so recently I went down during the quarantine.
Yeah.
I went down a bit of a rabbit hole, and I think I found Wonderland.
Well.
And a lot of people are going to listen to this right now, and they're going to think, I'm kidding, I'm doing bits.
Mm-hmm. But you're
I'm
definitely
just
not
clowning
doing
around.
bits.
That's
Okay.
what they're going to think.
You're definitely not doing
No.
a bit.
I am here to earnestly talk to you about something that is often mocked,
Okay.
that is often cajoled, that is often made fun of by everyone,
I'm scared.
because they are financially benefiting from our belief in the opposite of what it is.
Are you going to talk flat Earth?
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh my God. He would not tell me what this topic was going to be today.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are like, oh God, here we go, another flat Earth. No. I'm asking you to just open your mind for a second to the potential reality that we are in fact living in a flat Earth, and that our world is surrounded on all edges by an ice wall that is 150 feet high, and that is impenetrable, because if you try to go past the ice wall, you are greeted by hurricane force winds. There's also a treaty that was signed in the early 1900s that says all countries, we're not going to really fuck with Antarctica, okay? And the Nazis wanted to fuck around in Antarctica. Why? Oh, they want to get a bunch of snow? No, they didn't. Okay, so
Wait, do you believe after this ice wall, is it on the back of a sea turtle or no? No sea turtle.
I think that the sea turtle, there's a lot of very interesting information about the sea turtle, but I'm not going to close my mind to the sea turtle.
Oh, okay.
But I do think that, I don't think that it's a sea turtle, perhaps.
Okay.
I think it's maybe just a big tortoise.
I see. So he lives on land instead of the sea.
I don't think that he's a seafaring tortoise.
Okay.
Or turtle.
And then is this flat Earth, is it in space? Or is space not?
No, it's in space.
Okay.
Yeah. What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. My mind is open.
Okay, good. That's good. But, don't open it so much your brain falls out.
True.
Okay. So, what is flat Earth theory, right? The idea is that the maps that we're all so accustomed to
Yes.
from today are wrong, because the old map is basically just you have all the countries gathered together in the center of the map, and then we are surrounded by the ice wall. Does that make sense?
Pangea.
If you can visualize it. Yes. Pangea. It's essentially that, but obviously the continents are separated. Nobody thinks that they're not separated. Everybody knows that.
Okay.
Okay. So, why would current science tell us that the Earth is round?
Maybe they had new observations via new technologies and telescopes.
What technologies?
Like spacecrafts and astronauts leaving the planet.
When the astronauts leave the planet, they are only showing us one side of the Earth. Have you ever noticed that?
That is true, yeah.
You can't see under.
You can't see under, no.
Am I crazy?
Well, a few astronauts have gone around the world in space.
How come no astronauts ever show footage of the Earth just like by taking the camera and going all the way around the Earth like that? And for those of you who are listening to this, I'm taking a camera right now, and I just wish that one astronaut in space would just pan it all the way around the Earth.
He's actually not holding a camera. He's just holding his fist in the air. And
as if it's a big camera.
Mimicking, apparently, a big camera.
No, because why won't they do that, Nikki?
Because it would take a while. They'd have to have a craft to go all the way around.
No,
the Earth is really big.
They have cameras on their helmets and shit. Why don't they just look all the way around the whole thing?
What do you mean all the way around?
Show us all the way around the planet.
Well, it's really big.
Well, how big can it be?
I mean, they have to go around in a vehicle to show you all the planet.
Well, I know that the Earth is big. I'm not saying it's not
Right,
big.
so they can't pan it, is what I'm saying. They can't just pan it.
Well, they can just pan up and down, left and right, as much as they can from that area.
You're telling me that that no one's shown a picture of it being a globe, like a circle?
That's exactly what I'm telling you. even the pictures that we have from NASA's, right? What is it? It's a picture of the Earth from the moon, and the Earth is flat in the picture. It is a spherical shape, but that's exactly what Flat Earth Society says.
Yeah.
It's a spherical shape, but it's flat.
Right.
Do you understand?
I understand.
So you can't see under it.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Are you starting to get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is what drove me mad about it, right? Because I started thinking, okay, let me be open-minded the other way. I'll start to look into pictures of under the Earth.
But how about when it rotates, it like spins?
Yeah, it spins on it. It has an axis, right?
Uh-huh.
But it's flat.
It's just flat.
It's just flat.
Oh, I thought it was like flat up here.
Well, listen, there's a subsect of the flat Earth people who believe that the Earth stays completely still, which is why no fucking shit. When I have this water bottle right here and I put it on this table, it doesn't move. Gee, no shit. I wonder why.
It's moving right now.
Well, no, it's moving because I just was touching on it.
Okay.
Is the bottle moving?
No.
Why not, Nikki? If we're all moving at 16,000 miles an hour or whatever the fuck, how come this water bottle is staying completely still?
So you don't believe in like centripetal force or
I believe in centrifugal force.
like how about gravity?
I can see centrifugal force happening when I take this water bottle and go like this. But I'm talking about how it come. If I took a steel ball right now and put it on this edge of this table, how come it's not going all over the fucking place?
But do you believe in gravity?
Yeah.
Okay, well, what about gravity?
Well, I think that's an argument.
So you think that there's gravity, but you still don't understand how the steel ball is not moving all over the place?
It just doesn't make any sense.
True. Yeah, it does. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah, and then how come NASA has doctored footage from the moon landing? They took some of those pictures and they edited them. Why would they do that?
Well, because we had to beat the Russians in the space race.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
did we even go to the
I mean,
moon at
everyone
all?
knows that.
I don't want to. That's a whole separate episode.
Yeah,
but,
exactly. Everyone knows that one.
But okay, so here's my big thing,
Okay.
right?
What's your big thing?
You cannot take a flight from Chile.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows where Chile is. It's in South America.
Yes.
To the other side of the globe without taking several connecting flights. Why?
Well, it's because there's not enough gasoline and fuel to like make it all the way over there.
How really? Because
Yeah.
you can do a nonstop from. Where'd we go from? We went from Los Angeles all the way to Taiwan.
Okay.
That's a long time. That's a long.
Yeah, it's still not all the way to
flight.
Australia or Africa or whatever. Or where
You
where
can't
trying
go
to
from Sydney to Chile.
Okay.
How come?
I don't know. I don't fucking fly planes.
It's pretty weird. You have to admit. Okay, so here's where all this gets really interesting.
Okay.
You cannot take a flight over the North or South Pole. Why? Why not?
Oh, maybe it's too cold and it would like freeze your plane.
Do you know how cold it is when
Your
you're flying up at 35,000 feet? It's the same cold.
It's the same cold
It's the same cold.
everywhere?
No, not everywhere, but it's cold as shit.
Yeah.
So the plane doesn't have to be warm to go over the Antarctica.
Well, I just know like if bees' wings freeze and they stop flying.
Yeah, but our wings don't flap on planes, I don't think.
No, I know that.
I don't have a scientist here
But
to
like
talk about it.
fuel can freeze. You know how like my cousin's fuel froze in her car and she couldn't fucking start her car because she lived in Cleveland. And I was like, that can happen? I've lived in California all my life. I didn't know that fuel could freeze. People got it rough out
She
there.
didn't know either.
No, she didn't.
She's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she is like the most Southern California girl ever. She was like, my fucking car.
Yeah, she's like Legally Blonde.
Fucking work.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, though, is that why can't you fly over the poles? Why can't we just book a flight? Not that expensive. We'll put a fucking camera on the nose of the plane. We'll take GPS that is independently financed and sent up in space. And then we'll have that GPS report back exactly where it is.
So what's over at the pools that you think are so crazy? Like
the
why?
ice wall.
Oh, the ice wall
And the hurricane force winds. And the fact that we signed a global treaty that says you can't go over there.
Right.
So the idea is that you're not allowed to do it.
Why?
Because it'll expose
Okay,
the whole fucking thing.
but
the
why?
whole game will be over.
Why don't they want people to see the ice wall? Why don't they want it to be exposed?
Excuse me?
And who's the they that's stopping them?
Okay, are you ready for this shit?
Yes.
So I followed the money. So I asked myself that question. And what I found out was that there's a huge industry that sells globes to classrooms.
Oh, big globe.
Big globes. They're huge.
Right.
I'm talking multi-billion-dollar industry, which they sell first of all, classrooms have to buy these globes.
Right.
They can't not buy them. They have to have them. Also, have you noticed that, and this is something that I think is where it all started. Mm-hmm. So you used to be able to take the entire map of our planet. Back in the flat Earth days, the good old days. You could fit the entire map of our planet onto one sheet.
We still
one
have
flat sheet.
atlases.
No, hold on.
Okay.
If you notice the way that they draw that shit, because now you're dealing with a rounded Earth or three-dimensional.
It looks like an
Earth.
orange peel.
Yeah, they do it like the orange peel method, so it doesn't fit on one page easy. It actually fits on like 4 pages, and so they're able to sell 4 times the amount of. They're able to charge 4 times the amount for it instead of just having it be one big piece of paper.
They charge per page.
We're talking exactly.
So it used to be like they charged like $1, and now they charge $5 or something because they had to add. It's like I've never I bought.
So that
books,
doesn't make sense to you?
I bought books of like 300 pages and books that were like 500 pages, and
you paid way more for the 500 page book.
No, I didn't.
Well,
is the point?
You probably did. You just didn't know it because you thought it was taxes.
Maybe you're just paying for the information inside there, but okay.
No, but think about it like that.
All right, so Big Globe is fucking us.
If we were to actually have a spinning globe,
right?
You don't have a spinning globe with flat Earth theory, right? It's just it just lays there.
So why doesn't
you can't charge as much?
Okay, why doesn't Big Globe just start making flat globes, and then they could charge double because it's like you have to promote both theories in school.
They couldn't charge as much for it.
But no, but now you have to buy a globe and you have to buy a flat Earth because it's like how religious people like they don't like sex ed, so then you have to teach both ways or whatever.
People will never accept it. Listen, they've been raised to believe that the Earth is rounded their entire lives.
Yeah.
So how would they ever accept it? That there's a big skybox with glass over it up there. That's tough to get people to accept, don't you think?
Right.
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we tell everyone that they live in a big prison?
Well, I mean that doesn't really change, like, because we still kind of can't leave.
Don't you think that the idea that we are free is an idea that is sold to us all the time?
So isn't there a filament in flat Earth that's covering the? Isn't there like a dome-shaped filament covering the flat Earth?
Correct.
Right. So how did the astronauts leave that dome-shaped filament?
They didn't. They never left it.
They never left it.
No.
So the moon and everything is inside of that filament.
Absolutely.
Okay, so there's more, like, as they continue. Where does
there's a limit to it. You can only go up so high. But the real interest is not how high. It's really just the edges and what's past the ice wall. That's what's interesting. Because
how come you can see on all sides of the Earth when you're from the moon and when you're an astronaut?
No, look, you're up way over the continents. If you were to look just down, it's all the continents right there. Okay, and then you got the moon behind you. Does that make sense?
Well, if
you can't go past a certain point.
If you're on the moon,
why do you think we landed on the moon? We didn't try to go past the moon.
I mean, we did. We sent a craft to Mars.
We sent a machine to Mars. Yeah, well, we don't know exactly what those machines are doing. Where are they? Are they in a studio somewhere filming? We don't know. Because I think that those, if you've looked at the Mars footage, which I have extensively during my research for this, it looks exactly just like any desert that I've seen.
Gotcha. So it's probably in a desert.
That's what I'm thinking. Or it's like on a soundstage somewhere, like Stanley Kubrick's kind of thing.
Stanley Kubrick's thing.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
He was a director.
Okay, so far we know that we live on a flat Earth.
We live on a flat Earth.
Because of Big Globe.
Big Globe, big almanacs, big maps, it's not just one industry. It's like also the science industry. They have huge reasons to want to keep all this shit going. They print lots of big pictures of the fucking cosmos and all this bullshit, which exists. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. It's up there, but it's like for decoration.
For decoration inside the filament.
It's like on the outside of the filament. It's kind of like how when you buy an aquarium, and then you tape like a picture of like the ocean bottom to the back of the aquarium,
right?
And then the fish are all like debating, like, "Oh, there's so much past this," but you're like, "Nah."
Well, there is so much past an aquarium because like there's a whole world outside of that aquarium.
That's not what my notes show.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around like so
in the 1915s,
right.
there was a cat who was trying to expedition.
There's multiple 1915s.
In the 1915s.
Okay.
He was trying to expedition down there.
Okay.
And he took a ship.
He's not just any cat. He's got like a bunch of badges. He's
Yes,
like
sir, something.
He's very like he's a pilot and he's accredited. Like he's got so
he's
many
dope.
like
we love him.
He's very respected.
Right.
A lot of talk shows.
Yeah, so right, exactly. So he did a bunch of checking out the ice wall area, and he says that there is no stopping. Like it just goes all the way around the fucking thing in Antarctica.
It's like
it's a
Game
perfect
of
ice
Thrones.
shelf. Yes, but it's 150 feet high. Game of Thrones, that shit was fucking huge. So they're kind of parodying it a little bit.
I see.
But if you've seen, I've seen footage on the Flat Earth Society website where it shows a plane flying and there's a clear ice wall that it's filming continuously for about 1:50 seconds.
So it's flying over the ice wall. I thought you weren't allowed to.
It's flying next to it.
I thought you weren't allowed to.
I wish it would just fly over.
I thought you weren't allowed to.
You're not really supposed to. I don't know why they did.
You got secret footage? How do we know that's not a soundstage too?
Well, it'd be hard to do.
I don't know.
Well, think about it. You're talking about a soundstage that a plane is flying through, and that plane's going like 300 miles an hour, say. That's a big ass soundstage.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's harder to do.
There's no like model sound stages you could like recreate with a toy plane or anything.
No, but this looks pretty legit. If you
Okay,
look at
cool.
it.
So
I
then,
want you to check out the footage.
Okay, so if it is legit,
Yeah.
let's just say it's legit.
Yeah.
How were they able to go there and not get shot down?
Okay, so I don't think that they were authorized to be there, but I don't think that they passed the parallel. It was like the 67th parallel or some shit. The 67th parallel is what's in the treaty. Like, you cannot go past this point, or else we can.
So
use
they
deadly
made it
force.
to the ice wall, and then they were like, "Okay, I think I'll go home now."
I know that's what pisses me off about it. I'm like, just drive, just fly over.
If you're already gonna break the law, like, why don't you just show
But
the
you
people
can
the
see
truth?
in the footage that clearly there's some kind of fog over the ice wall in the back of the ice wall, which is pretty creepy looking. And I told you, minute 30, it's like continuously an ice wall.
Okay.
Pretty fascinating.
So I'm just trying to get like why is this all a secret?
Well, the idea behind flat Earth theory is that everyone on the Earth, through our understanding of evolution and science, is told that we are not remarkable, right? So like you, Nikki, are the result of really what could have been a mutation of the monkey species, and you are just a she monkey, and you really don't have there's nothing special to you.
Do you call me a she monkey?
That's what they say. That's what scientists say about you.
About me?
Yes.
They know me?
They say that you came from a monkey. You are, in fact, a she monkey. Now, what we think, the open-minded people,
Right.
we think that everybody is special, born special, because, our God made us special. And so you have a purpose in life, and you're not just here just to be another number on some calculator somewhere. Like there's a reason for you to be here, and those two cannot coexist.
But so if I was a she monkey, I couldn't have a purpose.
No.
Oh.
Think about it.
Oh.
Do monkeys right now have a purpose?
I don't know.
I guess like eating a lot of nanas.
I haven't studied them very much.
Eating fuck tons of nanners probably, but
right.
I don't really think that they do
Well, it feels
much.
like I have a different life than a monkey, though. Like, so I feel like.
Well, no, right. You do. It's different, but is it significant? Are you raised to believe that you can do whatever you want? You're not. You're raised to believe that you are just another speck of sand on a beach, and like there's too many of us to even matter.
Well, that's how they keep you in the system, for sure.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
So that's what this is all about, right? It's about unbreaking your chains that you are mentally in, where you think, I am not good enough to win. But really, you are good enough to win if you accept that the earth is flat. That's what I think.
Right. That's where I think it's getting convoluted for me, because I'm like.
How? I literally just explained it so clear.
Right. No, I'm so sorry. I'm dumb.
Okay.
So, because I'm a she monkey. So, I don't understand, like, how. like they already, so they treat you like you're not special, right?
Mm-hmm.
They put you in the system. You just gotta work until you die and pay your taxes and stuff, right? But if I realize that the world is flat,
You're getting it.
In the system.
You're getting it.
I'm still in the system.
But that first thing you said,
right?
You're getting it.
I see.
So now that you realize that the world is flat, don't you all of a sudden seem way more significant? Hey, I know, Nikki. You are a three-dimensional person, aren't you? I can see you. I can walk around you. I can even go under you, which conveniently the Earth you cannot do.
Yeah, and you prefer to go under me.
I love going under you. Now, let me just say, I've done that before. I've seen it. I can prove it. Why would you think that you can stand out if you live on a spherical globe where you are? I can go under you. I can go around you. All this stuff. Now you're supposed to compete with this big globe that everyone can go around and go under and all this stuff. You see what I'm saying?
I've never felt in competition with that globe.
If you're a three-dimensional person, who's standing on top of something that is flat, you matter and you stand out. And this is what people don't fucking get through their heads about this entire thing.
So it's all perception.
It's all perception.
Like if everyone believed that the Earth was flat, we would all see the specialness.
Exactly.
In all of us.
You start to see this, that you are special because you're.
But with a round Earth, a dumb round Earth, no one's special.
I hear like a little bit of snark. But,
no, I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay, but let me help you understand. Right?
Okay.
A person standing on top of a piece of paper looks pretty remarkable, does it not?
I mean, it's just you look kind of dumb. You're standing on a fucking piece of paper. Why are you doing that?
Okay, but are you looking at the piece of paper or are you looking at the person?
I'm looking at is that an important document? Like what, sir? Like did you not see the paper?
Don't picture the paper so much. Picture the person.
Well, what's on the paper? Because if it's like
just picture the globe.
it's like a junk mail, fine, I guess you can stand on it.
Okay,
but
that was a bad example. Okay, here I got you. Picture of the globe on a piece of paper.
A picture of a globe.
Of the globe. Not the globe, but the flat globe.
The flat globe?
The flat globe.
I think that's a oxymoron.
It's not. It's only because that's what you've been taught.
Oh.
Okay, now picture. Okay, picture that real quick. You're standing on top.
I'm still trying to realize
of
what I'm
this
picturing.
Flat globe.
Okay.
Okay.
Like an atlas picture?
It's a picture of a flat globe with an ice wall around it.
It's a picture of a flat globe with an ice wall around it. Okay,
picture that.
Okay, I'm trying.
Do you see it?
Kind of.
What are you looking at?
I mean, if you're standing on a picture of a flat globe with an ice wall.
Picture the flat globe part. What are you looking at? If you're looking at somebody standing on top of a flat piece of paper.
I just don't want to know why they're standing on paper, and also I guess why is this I don't know who this person is.
Okay, how about just
they're definitely significant.
Picture a person just standing somewhere.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
Okay, forget the paper part.
Okay,
forget the flat.
Okay, a person standing.
What are you looking at?
I guess the person standing.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now picture a person standing.
Okay.
But now they're completely covered up in a spherical globe.
Uh-huh.
What are you picturing?
Well, I'm picturing like Bubble Boy.
Yeah, but you're not really seeing the person so much, are you?
No, but in the globe how it is now, I don't see the globe, so we're all like.
Yes, you do.
Okay, now picture me in the bubble with the person. I mean, I'm still just seeing the person.
You're not getting it.
Oh, I'm not getting it.
Listen, you're seeing the entire bubble around this person. You're not able to look at the person because there's this huge fucking bubble around them.
Right, but that's me outside of a bubble. Like, I can't, that's not physically possible. I can't go outside the bubbles.
How come you can't just take a flight right now to Jakarta and it's a one-oner?
Again, I feel like when we are able to technologically advance to fuel efficiency, maybe we will be able to do that.
Guess what? We should be able to do that right now.
I mean, but there were a lot of deaths with the bullet plane or whatever.
Hey, Nikki, have you ever noticed how much money gets made when you have to do a connecting flight? The plane, they get even more money from you when you do a connecting flight. Is that true or false?
I don't know.
It's true.
Why?
Because you have to pay for each leg of that flight, don't you?
No.
Do you
don't.
Do you start to see what I'm saying now?
We're going to go for a break right now, but when we come back, I'll probably start to get it.
You might need a break because this is a lot for you.
Yeah.
But I don't need a break.
Yeah, I definitely need a break.
I'm not going on break, but Nikki can go on break.
Okay, I'm going to go on break.
But I'm going to continue.
Okay, got it.
So you'll be right back. And I'm going to keep going. So mainly,
Hey, thanks for listening to our podcast. We just want to take a break to tell you to thanks for listening to our podcast, and if you want to rate it, that would be really awesome for us.
Listen, we're on break. We're not talking to you like podcast hosts right now. We're just talking to you like people.
As a friend.
And we just want to say, please rate the show because it helps out huge amounts.
We're not desperate. We're kind of desperate.
We're giving shout outs right now to all the people who are giving it ratings. So huge shout out right now to Brian Jorgensen. That was sick of you, dude. Thank you. God bless. Huge shout out right now to Mark W. in Springfield, Connecticut.
Back to our podcast.
Jenny Blyke.
Hey, back to our podcast.
In Tuscany,
and
Florida.
Back to our podcast.
God bless you. Thank you.
Steven.
Thank you for supporting the show. And that was Nikki's break and not my break.
Yeah, so I guess we're done.
No, we're not.
Oh, you have more.
I always have more about this subject.
Gotcha. Okay.
I just want people to understand that they are remarkable, and in order for you to believe that, you have to think that you're not up against something as big as an entire spherical Earth that literally surrounds you.
Yeah, I guess I never really thought of that. When I wake up in the daytime, I don't think oh no, I got to compete with the Earth again today.
It's just that you don't look as remarkable compared to all that around you.
Oh, well, how would I know what to compare to then?
If you were standing on a flat piece of paper.
Gotcha. So people who believe in the flat Earth theory, they can see the remarkableness, and I can't see.
It's like a pop-up book, right? Mm-hmm. You know how cool pop-up books were?
But we're still seeing the same thing. Right?
Well, no, you are seeing
a bunch of
pages.
little people trying to compete with the big Earth.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Okay.
The Earth should not be bigger than its people. The people have the dimension. The people have you can go under the people. You cannot go under the Earth.
Well, we have the ground.
No, I know, but you can't really go under the ground very much. You can dig a little bit, but you can't go that much.
Their whole subway system.
You'd fall into space.
Okay.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about thousands of miles in.
Gotcha. What? Okay.
It's thick. It's a thick Earth. It's a big boy.
But why would I want to go thousands of miles in?
No, I'm talking about if you did.
Okay.
That's all. But
okay.
If you want to unlock the secrets of this shit, then yeah, we should dig all the way down there and see what happens.
Okay.
If you want to unlock the secrets of this shit, yeah, we should try to fucking break the glass canister.
So why hasn't anyone done it?
Because the government won't let you, and NASA won't let you.
Oh, That's see.
Why.
And they are part of Big Globe. They are tied in.
Hello, NASA is literally selling. If you go to the NASA, I've been to NASA. I went to the NASA in Orlando, in Florida, and I went to the NASA in LA. Mm-hmm. But in both places, they sell pictures of the planet. It's always spherical. They always sell pictures of the moon, always spherical. They have a lot of financial benefit for all this stuff.
Yeah, true.
Also, you have a whole space program that they're doing, right? Mm-hmm. And it costs a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, I heard they're not really getting funded that much anymore.
Well, no, because we all just kind of want to chill down here for a little bit and actually figure out what's going on down here instead of trying to figure out what the hell's going on up there with a bunch of rocks, apparently.
Right.
Yeah, but really, at the end of the day, I just want people to understand that they are remarkable. But if you are going to think that you're remarkable, you have to believe that the Earth is flat.
Oh, so until you believe that, you cannot believe that you're remarkable.
It's just a lot you're up against a lot.
Okay, I see.
If that makes sense. So that's really the thrust of this whole episode. And I don't know. I know a lot of people are going to be making fun of me and stuff because of this one. And
No. I think you brought up really good points. So hopefully, I mean, if they're making fun of you, they're closed-minded. It's hopefully there's a lot of open-minded people out there.
I just think that one of them should take a flight from Sydney to Chile.
You said they
prove
can't.
Prove my ass wrong. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Prove my ass wrong. Because you'd have to take a fuck ton of connecting flights. Why? Why can't you just fly? Oh, I want to fly from Canada to Russia. Why don't they just fly right over North Pole? Why don't they just fly right over it?
I don't know enough about flight plans. I don't know.
Because instead you got to fly always from left to right. Always right to left.
Oh.
Never up to down.
Right. Well, what if I'm going to Seattle?
What about it? From where?
Well, I'm going up and down.
You're going to Seattle?
Yeah.
So yeah, you fly flat to Seattle. That's no shit. I'm talking about flying. Okay, how the Earth that we all have come to believe exists is a big sphere, right?
Yes.
So you should be able to fly from Canada to Russia by flying over the North Pole, correct? That would be the shortest distance. Why then do we fly from left to right and right to left? Why don't we fly up to down over the poles? See? You know what they have conveniently done? they set up a system where they say, well, we can't do that because of emergencies. In case of emergencies, we would not be able to make an Arctic landing.
That's true. That's a pretty good point.
I disagree.
Okay.
I
Do
don't.
you think there are points?
Wait, why is that a good point?
Well, because there aren't any points to make a landing if you're going over the poles.
Well, why didn't they build one?
Because nobody wants to live there.
Well, you don't think people in Canada want to fly to Russia? You don't think people who live in Russia want to fly
No,
to
but
Canada?
I don't think anyone wants to live in a place to have an emergency landing. Like, who's going to be down there to greet you?
It's just you have an emergency runway.
Yeah,
You
but
don't
like,
even need people down there. You have an emergency
Oh.
runway, and then
But
we'll figure that out later.
how do they get out if there's no people there?
I know you're gonna have all these hard questions.
Okay.
Can we cut that one, Mark? Thank you. I don't know. I don't fucking know. That's why.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
We can move on to the next thing.
Well, because that was my whole point. Is that if you're gonna
Fly?
fly over the
Yeah.
Arctic thing, I was gonna say that seems like a bunch of bullshit. But
Right. But then you
But you're
counterpoint.
saying that people would have to live there to do the airports and stuff.
Yeah, because like you'd have to once
They could
you're
have indoor airports.
you're making an emergency landing, like you would have to deboard the plane, like get everyone off the plane, and then where would those people go? Like if there's no heating
We
or
cut all this, right?
if there's
Mark?
no
Okay. Yeah, great.
electricity
So,
or
okay, but here's my thing, right?
how do you call somebody?
Why don't they just have an indoor hotel connected to indoor airport?
Right. So who would run the hotel?
People who live in the
Yeah.
airport,
Yeah.
and then people who live in the hotel would run the airport.
Right. But they would have to live there.
Yeah, that's fine.
So no.
What if we pay him more money to live there?
I don't know. How much profit are you making off this hotel that just does emergency landings only?
Okay, good point. Well, okay, we're gonna pick it up from when I sounded smart.
Oh, so
We're gonna pick it up.
last episode?
No, when
Oh.
I was just talking about how people could do anything because they don't have to go up against a
Right.
three-dimensional environment.
Mm.
Okay, so what I find interesting about the way that we're taught things in school is that in order for us to go from A to B, have you noticed how we were all raised to go from A to B? What do you usually do?
A straight line.
Straight line.
Yeah.
Well, what if instead of, because you notice that's how we travel. We travel in straight lines all the time. We don't travel by cutting corners and using cheats by going over the globes and all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if you reversed your thinking around? And now, instead of trying to solve your problems by going from A to B in a straight line, what if you actually applied the round earth theory to solutions in your life? Try to cut corners, find rounded edges that you'll spend less time trying to go from A to B, and you'll actually save a lot of time going from A to B if you use these little secrets.
Can you give an example?
Yeah, so like you want to go to your grandma's house,
Yeah.
right? But then you're kind of like, I don't really want to go anymore. Okay. So what you do is you're driving to your grandma's house.
Mm.
Okay. You start to drive over, not directly
Over your grandma's house?
you put it in your GPS that you're going to your grandma's house. Okay, but you really secretly don't want to go that much because she kind of talks a lot and she also plays the news too loud. And
Right.
You can't really hear her.
Mhm.
So on your way there, you take a shortcut. So your GPS says to go A to B. You take a shortcut. You're going through neighborhoods, whatever like that. And then you tell her, hey, Grandma, I don't think that it makes sense for me to come anymore.
Gotcha. Yeah, that would be.
You're taking a shortcut.
I see.
So you get what you want out of life instead of all this like.
You could have just stayed home and called your grandma and said, "Hey, I'm not feeling good."
Okay, maybe I need a better example. Maybe it's like, okay, so the way that what's a recent problem that you've had?
A recent problem?
Yeah.
There's not enough hours in the day.
Not enough hours in the day.
To get all the work done.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Not enough hours in the day to get all your work done. So instead of just what is it? You set up, I'm going to work for this amount of time, right? Until I actually physically need to sleep.
Yeah.
The idea of round Earth thinking is you can set up systems so that you're using more time in a shorter amount of time. So you're not just like counting on the hours that you exist in.
Mm-hmm.
You're going at it from the upper angle to the downward
Gotcha.
angle.
All right, cool. I'll apply that in my life.
Thank you.
What next?
That's it, man. My brain is fucking toast.
You and me both, man.
Yeah, this is a hard one.
Yeah.
It's a lot to take in for a lot of people who are not really understanding of the theory.
Yeah.
So maybe you've heard of a little celebrity named Kyrie Irving.
No.
Well, I was really counting on you knowing.
Well, tell me about him.
So he's a basketball player.
Okay.
He has broken out of our societal norms, and he has come out and said that he believes in flat Earth.
Okay.
Why would he do that, risking it all, unless he also was taking a look at the same evidence that I was just looking at for 30 minutes before we did this?
Right. Well, I was watching Hard Knocks, and there was one of the guys on there didn't believe in dinosaurs, but he believed in mermaids.
Do you believe in dinosaurs?
Yeah.
What do you believe in about dinosaurs?
That they existed? You don't believe in dinosaurs?
I don't think that dinosaurs makes any sense, actually.
Oh, I mean, I don't think that makes sense either, but I'm like, mosquitoes don't make sense.
Right, but okay, so for example, we're talking about dinosaurs for a second. Okay. How could a dinosaur have been that big?
I mean, whales are pretty big.
The dinosaurs are way bigger.
How do you know?
So I looked it up.
So you believe in dinosaurs?
No, that's what they say. They say that dinosaurs was way bigger, but I'm saying, what's the biggest mammal or biggest thing on Earth is a blue whale.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, not even that big. It's like, what, like a city block big?
I don't know.
You're talking about Tyrannosaurus Rex, something that is so fucking big. Literally, it takes up like 7 city blocks.
I don't think it does. Does it?
Yeah, it's Tyrannosaurus. You never seen Tyrannosaurus Rex?
Well, I've seen like the skulls, and they fit in a museum.
They're so fucking big. No, yeah, they fit in like 17 rooms of a museum. Have you ever seen a skull of a Tyrannosaurus Rex? It's the biggest creature that ever walked on Earth.
I thought I saw a skull, but maybe not.
No, those things are so fucking big that honestly, like, you could take the state of Florida. Is about half the size of a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Wow, I had no idea.
So how does that make any sense? Because a T-Rex couldn't even chase after one thing without running all the way up through Canada and probably falling off the flat Earth.
So that's why they had to die, or
that's why they didn't exist. It's just fate. It's just a bunch of. Look, okay. You could remember when you were a kid and you could make crystals.
You can still make them.
Oh, well, I haven't done it in a long time.
Okay.
So you could also make bones out of
calcite or calcium.
Calcite.
You just got me what I said.
And they would injection mold these big fucking things. That's all I'm saying is it's just silly.
It's a lot of work.
Imagine a T-Rex. He's chasing a bug or something.
I can't. A T-Rex is double the size of Florida and it's chasing a bug.
That's what I'm saying. So he's chasing a bug that's been like, next to his ear or something. It's like, right, and he's chasing it. He fucking just going 5 steps. He's going right off the flat Earth into outer space and shit. Mm-hmm. That's why it doesn't make any sense. I don't think these people have really looked into all this stuff.
Dinosaurs, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's easy to think about how dinosaurs maybe existed. But when you look at the scale of those things, how big those fuckers were, it's not possible.
So a basketball player,
Kyrie Irving,
came out and said,
listen, you reach a certain level when you are a mid-level basketball player sometimes, you get invited into certain groups, certain societies open their doors to you, and they start telling you the truth about things. You're not supposed to go telling that truth to other people. But, eventually you reach private jet status where you can take a private jet from anywhere in the world to anywhere. Now, you think that Kyrie Irving's not wondering like, hey, how come when I wanted to go to
Russia, apparently.
Yeah, right. Okay, Russia. Perfect. How come when I wanted to go to Russia City?
Yeah.
How come I can't fly right over the top of the North Pole? That's when they're like, okay, dude, we gotta level with you on this shit. Okay. The Earth is actually flat. Dinosaurs was way too big for it. They never existed. You kind of get told the whole story once you reach private jet status. And it really isn't that's That's why you could be like mid-level basketball player and you're still getting told the big story.
Okay.
And then guess what happens when you come out like he did? They make fun of you so that that way that they can protect the secret because they just made fun of you the whole time.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, making fun of people is a good way to shut them up.
Exactly. And Tila Tequila came out about it too. And then
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then a lot of people just
the
say,
legend Tila Tequila?
they all just start saying her name and then they expect that to get a laugh, which, that's not fair.
Right.
She reached private jet status in the mid-2000s.
She was the first person to hit 1 million followers on MySpace.
And then they tell her, yo, here's why you can't take a private jet to Russia Village.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Russia Village.
And then that's what happened.
Why does everyone want to go to Russia?
Oh, dude, it's got there's skiing weather all times of the year.
Oh.
Out here,
Good skiing.
You can't go skiing anytime. You got to wait. Think about it. Is there anywhere you can go skiing like 24/7, 365? Russia, it's literally everywhere, and it's cheap.
Good skiing over in Russia.
Really good ski slopes. And 24/7, 365. You could literally go on the hottest day of the year in Russia. You can go skiing.
They must have good Olympians for the winter sports.
They do all right.
Okay. You'd think they'd do better.
You would think. They do okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So how come when pilots get to a certain level, they can see the curvature of the Earth?
What exactly do you mean by the curvature of the Earth?
Okay, it curves.
Well, what they're seeing. See, okay, thank you. This is exactly what I'm getting at. Imagine we put a circle rug on the ground. Mm-hmm. Okay. If you fly up high, are you going to see curvature on the circle rug? Yeah, no shit. That's not remarkable. Nobody's surprised by seeing a circle. We're talking about seeing the sphere over top. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like the horizon is bent.
No, the horizon's just the edge of the carpet that I'm talking about.
Oh.
It's just the edge of the carpet.
I see. Okay.
If you go high enough, you're just seeing the edge of the carpet.
Oh, yeah, I see. Okay. You're right.
Hell yeah, dude. I looked this shit up for fucking like 45 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. I went down
Then
a
you
hole.
just immediately convert.
I went down a hole.
Yeah, your eyes were open.
Yeah, I'm awake.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's a lot to digest. So.
It's a lot to digest. So maybe some of you are skeptical right now. You're like, I don't know about this.
Flat Earth.
But then maybe you're like, well, Kyrie Irving thinks that. Okay, that's pretty interesting.
And maybe they're like, yeah, I don't feel very remarkable.
See?
But maybe
if I stood on top of a flat Earth, I could feel remarkable.
If I stood on top of a picture of a flat globe with
all
an
of a
ice
sudden,
wall.
How does it feel?
I've never done it, so.
Feels pretty good.
I don't know.
So there you go. So we hope you enjoy this episode of shit that they do not tell you.
It's definitely some shit they don't tell you.
They don't tell you. And also, Nikki mentioned it earlier. But yeah, I think we're on top of a big fucking
this
turtle.
Is boring? Oh.
I think it's a big turtle.
A tortoise, you said, actually.
A land.
You said
a land walking tortoise.
A tortoise.
Not which is made up bullshit.
Yeah.
Not a
sea turtle. Because where's the sea?
Exactly. It's outer space. People are so fucking stupid.
So stupid. Like, where is it swimming?
That's what I'm saying. There's no liquid in space. Nobody thinks that.
Yeah, there's only lots and lots of ground for a tortoise to walk on.
Thank you.
Thank you. Subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. And also be sure to rate us and tell your friends.
Tell your friends we need it. Also download the episodes. It helps so much. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.